all over the map in terms of products, properties. And so together with one of our partners, which is Chevron, we decided to call it RFO, which is light fuel oil, heavy fuel oil, HFO. We're calling it renewable fuel oil. It's a liquid, about 75% of the solid dry biomass that goes into the process, about half a second is converted to a liquid fuel. Once we have the liquid fuel, what do we do with it? Well, over the last little while, over the last 20-some years, we're producing renewable chemicals from the RFO liquid. Mostly food chemicals, flavorings and fragrances. But we've always had a fuel component from that liquid as well. When I started out, energy prices were much lower even than they are today. And so energy was a byproduct and the economics were driven by renewable chemicals. And we grew a business from 6 million in sales to about 135 million in sales on the backs of the technology. The second thing is heating oil. We've developed a really good heating oil business, displacing fuel oil, primarily in the Northeast and then in Canada, in Northern Canada. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. And I don't know if you can see it, I can't see it on the screen here, but the final application of HFO, probably one of the most interesting, one of the biggest markets. I'll talk about partnerships as questions come in, is co-processing, is taking the RFO, putting it into an existing refinery and producing renewable gasoline and cellulosic diesel. And obviously the advantage is you're taking a very simple process, pyrolysis, producing and not adding hydrogen, not trying to upgrade in one step, but taking that product and putting it into existing refineries. What we have found remarkably is that on a volume basis, the RFO is behaving like petroleum on a volume basis in terms of the production of gasoline and diesel. Now, obviously there's a synergism in the chemistry that's occurring in the refinery. But again, using existing refinery infrastructure. I'm trying to advance this, but there we go. Just very quickly, just to show that we have a pedigree. When Vincent Chournet was a little boy in 1984, we were working with his father actually. It's really good to see him up here. In 1984, that's myself and my Chief Technology Officer today, Barry Friel. We began the company. We went through the valley of death because we were able to produce high-value specialty chemicals and able to scale up the technology. I'm sure everyone's got confidence in how they get through the valley of death in terms of scale-up. We built a number of commercial plants to produce chemicals, fuel as byproducts, and on the far right-hand side is one of our largest plants today, is the Renfrew plant that produces about 3-4 million gallons a year of RFO that goes to various energy and chemical operations, but mostly energy operations now. So the last slide is where we are today. Why, if we've had this history, are we moving into renewable energy? One is because of the regulatory environment, and two, because of our partnerships with UOP, Honeywell, and others, have really created a great business opportunity for us, which we've already started to exploit in terms of heating oil. Again, many, but not all of you in this room have been up to see a facility that we have here in Canada, north of Ottawa. It's the Renfrew facility, and it's producing commercial fuel oil product and shipping to the Northeast in the United States and providing heating oil for commercial sizes for commercial institutions. One of our most important partnerships, there's two important partnerships. One is UOP Honeywell, which we formed a joint venture in Virgin that is standing with us, providing performance guarantees for the equipment, also going into refineries and standing with us in refineries to let refineries know that nothing adverse is going to happen to the refinery units, their FCC units, if we put RFO into the units. So a tremendous technology partner, UOP Honeywell, but another great partner is Fibria. Some of the speakers have talked about tying up the feedstock in the value chain and the supply chain, and Fibria is one of our best partners in terms of project partners. They're the world's largest pulp producer, investor in our company. We have a joint venture with them, and we've announced a project that will be set in Aracruz in the province of Espiritu Santo. The permitting and engineering is in progress. That will produce about 20 million gallons a year. The engineering is in progress, and we hope to start construction in 2015. Again, a tremendous opportunity for us. There's other opportunities. There's another project in Canada that we've almost closed the financing on, and hopefully over the next 2 months we're hoping to announce that'll serve the heating oil market in the Northeast and also mining industry in northern Quebec. So that's who we are.
Okay. All right. Well, very happy to be here. My name is Vincent Charnay. I'm with Enercamp. I'd like to thank the organizers for inviting me, and I'd like to thank Robert for your remark. I do remember these years when I was a kid in the 80s and visiting your facility.